Welcome, I'm Gabby Bubar, registered dietitian at St. Alphonsus Corporate Health and Wellbeing, and this is Carrie.
Hi, I am a registered nurse with the Corporate Health and Wellness Department.
And today we're going to be making spicy sizzling green beans with sauteed garlic. So first I'm going to show you how to blanch green beans because these are fresh. And so what I've done is washed and trimmed the ends, and then we're going to blanch them because just sauteing them would take too long and it's difficult to cook them all the way through. So the blanching is a quick process to do a little pre-cook. So I'll show you how we do that.
So it still keeps the crunch.
Yes, so they'll still be crispy and have that crunch and freshness, but it just allows us to do like a quick 2-minute boil so that they're not raw or overcooked when we're sauteing them. So what I've done is I have a pot of water that's boiling. I just added a little bit of salt, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add in the green beans and just put them in there for 2 minutes. Then we'll pull them out, drain them, and then what you do is put them into a ice bath. So it's essentially just a bowl with water and ice to cool them down so it stops that cooking process. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those. I'm just gonna use tongs so the water doesn't splash up onto us here.
Now, what are some of the benefits of green beans and eating green beans?
Yeah, green beans are great. They're, an easy vegetable. You could grow them during the summer here in Idaho. Easy to find at the grocery store, and they contain a lot of fiber, vitamin K and calcium, as well as vitamin A. And so the vitamin K and calcium are going to be great for bone health, and preventing like fractures or anything down the line. So just pop those in here, and we're going to leave them in there for about 2 minutes here.
I love me some green beans.
Me too. And I'm using fresh, but you're more than welcome to use, frozen are great too. They're typically flash frozen, so it locks in all those nutrients. So you're not gonna lose any nutrients there, and you could buy them, you could pop them in the microwave and then throw them in and saute.
Okay.
Canned probably wouldn't be as good because they're a little bit softer, so they probably wouldn't turn out as well, but fresh
I also
or
think
frozen.
they don't have a good green to
Yeah.
the can, because the canned ones aren't that bright green.
Right, not as vibrant. And when you're choosing fresh, you want to look for like a vibrant green bean, the bright green color, and then make sure they're not like soggy or not as crisp looking. So just making sure that they look good. And then I just trim off any, the ends or any parts that are brown and that don't look as appetizing.
They look good so far.
Yes.
So how long do you let this?
Just 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're probably about almost done. And you can put them in a colander and strain them. I think I might just pull them out with my tongs and put them straight into the ice bath here is what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna pull them out, drop them right in there.
And then how long do they stay in the ice bath for?
Probably just a couple minutes, or as long as it takes for them to cool down, just to stop that boiling process there.
So we're just stopping the cooking by putting it in this ice water.
Okay. And you can do that with lots of different vegetables, not just green beans. Yeah. You could do it with, anything else that you want to cook this way.
I know I've done it for like canning, like doing tomatoes and salsa, that you blanch your tomatoes and then put them in that ice bath
with them. Yep, exactly. So we'll just pull them out here, and then the next step will just be moving them over to saute. And so I have a saute pan here that's just on low heat. And then we'll add in our other ingredients. I think I got them all.
I think you did too.
Pop them in, we'll turn this off. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Okay, so yeah, just letting them sit in here for a little bit to cool down. And then while they do that, I'm gonna come over here. So like I said, I have that on low heat, and I'm gonna add in, what I'm using is avocado oil. I have about like a half a teaspoon. You could make it with butter too. I decided to use an avocado oil, or like you could use an olive oil for a healthier fat. The unsaturated fats is what we want to use. So essentially anything that's like liquid at room temperature is going to be beneficial, as opposed to like a coconut oil was popular for a while. But those, how they're like a solid at room temperature, we want to use a liquid at room temperature. So I'm just going to add that in there.
So you could, but it's just not as healthy.
Yeah,
healthy if
it's
you
just
use
not
that
as
coconut
heart
oil.
Beneficial. Yes.
Right. So it's when it's in that solid form is where we want to stick away from those.
Yes.
We want things
exactly liquid form. So I personally like to use avocado oil just for the flavor. So we'll just put that in there and let it heat a little bit, and then we have what we're going to be adding is garlic, soy sauce, and I chose to use sriracha. You could also use sambal or any other kind of Asian-inspired chili paste sauce that you like to give it that spice. You could add chili flakes if you want, depending on the spice level that you want there. So I'm just gonna heat that up.
Now, could you use like a low sodium soy sauce or something alternative to that?
So I just have, that's a great question. I just have regular soy sauce, but you could use a low sodium soy sauce, or like coconut aminos are really popular. And it's essentially just a fermented coconut sap from a plant, and it's gonna contain a lot less sodium. And it has a similar flavor profile as well.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Okay, so I have my garlic here. I have about 2 cloves. I'm gonna add that in.
Now, did you freshly chop this, or did you?
I didn't.
Okay.
You can. I mean, fresh garlic's always great. I have just the little frozen cubes that you can get at the grocery store, or you could get like the pre-minced at the grocery store too. That's in a jar. Mine were frozen, and you just add that.
Save some time so you don't have to do it yourself.
I'm all about, you know, using the fresh here, but then, you know, having some easier steps throughout.
A little harder.
We're just gonna let that cook, saute that. I'm gonna add in my soy sauce. And this is a great, really easy, simple recipe that you can make quickly at home. Serve it with chicken, serve it with rice, whatever other, you know, protein and grains that you wanna add.
I've never used the frozen garlic cubes before. I didn't even know they existed.
Yeah, it's really nice. They're really easy. They make it a ginger one as well.
Ooh.
And then
that's good.
We're gonna add in, I just have sriracha here. Like I said, you can add whatever you want, not too much, just a little bit. I like a kick.
So will this have a little bit of a kick, or will it be like?
Yeah, it should.
Flavor profile?
Yes. So it kind of has that salty, that spicy, and the great garlic. Okay. And if you want to help me, just pull those out and add them in. We'll just give them a quick saute and get them stirred up in all that good sauce that we made. And while she's doing that, I'm just gonna add some salt and pepper to taste. I did make these previously with both cymbal and sriracha, and they were pretty spicy, so depending on what you like and the flavor profile you like, you can kind of switch it up and it's easy.
Just got a couple more here.
Awesome, thank you.
They're just some runaways. Don't think they want to be cooked.
And you know, like I said earlier, if you want to cut the oil and do half butter, half oil, that's great too, because it kind of adds a little bit more flavor with the butter. But yeah, you just kind of toss these over, let them cook for a little bit, and they're all coated here, and then you just want to cook them until they're tender, still crisp, not soggy. And then, yep, that's it. Easy to go.
Yeah. My husband likes them soggy.
Yeah.
I don't. I want a crisp to them.
Yes, I like them crisp too. A little soggy. So yeah, you'll just saute them until they're to your liking, and then you're good to serve them up.
Sounds good.
Enjoy.
Looks yummy.